This is Bible Lesson 30.1, and it is for Lesson 157. This is about Lazarus. You look at the picture as I read you the story about Lazarus. Not long before Jesus was to die on the cross, his friend Lazarus became very sick. Lazarus' sisters, Mary and Martha, sent a message to Jesus, asking him to come and heal Lazarus. They waited for Jesus to come, but Lazarus got sicker and sicker. Then Lazarus died. His friends and family wrapped his body in cloth called grave clothes. They put him in a tomb and sealed it up with a large stone. Lazarus had been dead for 4 days, and everyone was still very sad. They were also sad that Jesus hadn't come to heal Lazarus. Then someone told Martha that Jesus was coming. Martha went to meet Jesus. She said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Even now I know that whatever you ask of God, he will give it to you." Martha believed that even though Lazarus was dead, Jesus still had the power to give Lazarus back his life. Jesus said to Martha, "Your brother will live again." Martha went to tell Mary that Jesus had come. Mary left the house and went to where Jesus was. She was crying. Mary fell down at Jesus' feet and said, "Lord, if you had been here, Lazarus would not have died." Jesus was very sad to see Mary's tears. He cried too. And then Jesus said, "Where is Lazarus' body?" Mary showed Jesus the tomb. He saw that a large stone had been rolled in front of the opening. Jesus said, "Take away the stone." Martha said, "But Lord, Lazarus has been dead for 4 days. His body will smell bad now." Jesus said, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you would see the glory of God?" So the people rolled away the stone from the tomb. Jesus looked up toward heaven and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I know you always hear me, but I am saying this so that the people who are standing here will believe that you are the one that sent me." Jesus then faced the tomb and shouted, "Lazarus, come out!" The people were amazed to hear Jesus' words. They were even more amazed to see Lazarus standing at the entrance to the tomb, still wrapped in his grave clothes. Jesus said, "Unwrap the grave clothes and let Lazarus go free." Because Jesus had given Lazarus life again, many people believed that Jesus was the Messiah, the Son of God. Mary and Martha learned to trust Jesus even more. They learned that Jesus is never too late. Now, if you can get your paper out that is marked Lesson 30.1, and let's see, it looks like, let's see if I can get that. It looks like this. Now, put your name on the top. I've got a lot of papers that didn't have names on them. I think I can figure out who did them, but I really want you to put your name on them. It's so much easier, and you need to practice your name. Okay, so once you get your name on there, I want you to go down here. It says put an X on the pictures that are not about Lazarus. Now, as you see let's go back to the slide. You see Lazarus standing there, and there's a crowd, and there's Martha and Mary are there. So let's kind of look at the back on this one. Okay, Number 1 has 2 pictures. The first one says Good Samaritan and Lazarus. Which one is not about Lazarus? Put an X on it. This one is not about Lazarus. It's our last story we did. So this one is about Lazarus. That was a friend of Jesus. Okay, let's go to number 2. Usually we go across, but that's number 3. We don't go to number 3 after 1. It's 1 and then it's 2. We have 2 pictures here. We have Mary and Martha and 10 lepers. Which one is about Lazarus? Did you say this one's about Lazarus? Martha and Mary? That's right. So we're going to cross out the 10 lepers because that's not about Lazarus. Now let's go up to number 3 now. Now we can go back up. Okay, so we have this. Oh, you know who that is, don't you? That's Jonah. And this is after the fish spit him out on the land. Ooh, gross. He's all covered with yuck. And this says Jesus. So which one is not about Lazarus? The story I just read to you, it did have Jesus in it, didn't it? So it would have to be Jonah. He's not in that story. Let's go down to number 4. Now try to remember what you heard about in the story. Did you hear about a tomb or a tent? I don't remember a tent. Do you? I do remember Lazarus was in what? A tomb. So we're going to cross out the tent. Okay. So that's all we have for today on our Bible lesson. So I'm going to clear that and go back to the beginning, and I will say bye-bye.